I'm back. I got another deck profile. I've been looking into Genesys a bit, and I have these cards, and I was like, why not? This is a sidekick pile. 40 cards in the main, 100 points on the dot. Let's get into it. 3 Mind Master. This card's worth a point. And you pay 8, tribute a psychic, except itself, and you summon a 4 lower psychic from your deck. And this card's banned TCG, so I find that fun. Not once per turn. 1 psychic jumper. This is a econ or snatch steal. I pay 1,000 and select another psychic and opponent's monster. I target both and then I swap control. So removal. Tempo. 2 Esper Girl. When she's summoned from banished, I banish the top card of the deck, and when she leaves the field, I add that card to my hand. I banish the top card face down. So when I banish her and then I summon her, I go +1. So it's nice. Next, 3 Serene Psychic Girl. This card's broken. On summon, I banish a card from hand, and I summon a level 4 or lower psychic from deck, and I'm psychic locked for the rest of the turn. And then I can level modulate psychics I control by the level, increase their level by the number I control. So you need 3. Gotta see it. Card's insane. Does so much. 2 Mind Procedure. If I use it as a synchro material, I can treat it as a non-tuner if I'm using it for a psychic monster, and then on normal summon, or if I special it by a monster effect, I pay 2k and I search a teleport, quick play, or normal spell. And then an additional effect, if it's banished, I pay 1,000 and summon it. But I can only use one of either the search or the summon. I get that once per turn and only once a turn, so I can't do both. 2 Wielder. It's not just a level 3 extender anymore. I was like, why not play it? This card looks cool. And if you have a 3, it summons by condition. And if I use it as synchro material, I target a monster on the field with less attack, and that monster you synchro summoned and pop it. So it's just an extender psychic, and it helps with swarming. 2 Hushed Psychic Clerk. You probably play one of this, but it's a non-once return. Pitch a card, target a psychic engrave, banish it, and when this leaves the field, I bring back the target. It's a when you can. So just make sure whatever you're banishing with this and trying to summon, the synchro you summon doesn't activate an effect on summon. Non once return, so like you could play 1, but want to see it. 2 Hushed Psychic Minister. If I control a psychic other than itself, it summons. And I can banish itself and a psychic from my grave, target monster in the field, and banish it until end phase, so it SP something away, or Farfas. And just removes a potential hurdle in attempting to establish a board. 1 Rise Spell, the Star Jester. When it's special summoned, I target a monster on the field and increase its level by up to 3. Incredible level modulation that you can just access at really any point in your turn. And so, like, it's not once per turn, it level modulates, so it's going to help with your synchro climbing a whole lot easier. And that's a one of super accessible. 1 Yan Yan. If I summon a 3 and this is in my grave, I special it, and I can summon it as a tuner. Yeah. But it's banished when it leaves the field, and you're locked into level and rank 3 or higher monsters for the rest of the turn. So another extender that you can summon from deck, synchro off, summon a 3, bring it back as a level 3 tuner. So really good card. 3 Prototype Psychic Blaster. I discard, summon a 4 lower psychic from hand or banishment, and then while it's in the grave, I can pay 1,000, banish another psychic from my grave, and summon it, but banish when it leaves the field. You can use both effects in the same turn. Card's insane. Wouldn't play any less. 3 Gamma. I was on 3 call by, but this is 15 points and answers hand traps arguably better. And so 3 gamma is the play. And we're playing 2 driver, and you're like, why? What is wrong with you? I'll explain when I get to the sideboard. I'm also allowed to gamma more than once, so 3 upstart, 37 card deck, why not? That's 9 points for the 3 upstart, 15 points each for gamma, so 45. 3 side impulse. Nobody's playing this card, and I'm surprised. I tribute a psychic, return all cards in the opponent's hand into the deck, and then they draw 3 cards. This card hand whips the opponent. It's not searchable, but like, oh well. This card literally just reads insane, and so like, why? I'm gonna play it. It's not pointed or anything. 3 teleport. Now, this is funny. I'm just looking for psychic cards at this point, and I can't play E-Telly because that's 35 points. So I just like decided on this, and if I have no monsters and the opponent does, I pay 8 and summon a 4, or just summon a psychic from hand. So Timu E-Telly. 3 parallel teleport. This isn't pointed, thank God. I tribute a psychic with a level, and then I summon a 7 or lower psychic from deck or extra. And if there's a difference in levels, you take 1,000 by times each. So if I tribute a 4 and I summon a 7, I pay 3k. And it psychic locks you the turn you activate. So I'm only running psychics to mitigate the fact that this hard locks. And it's one of the only cards that does, so like may as well play to it. 40th card, Teleport Fusion. The other card that's searchable. And you summon the funny Haha guy. And you only need one because the level 6 synchro that came out not too long ago can set this from banished as well. So card's crazy. Adjust as you like. Just the build I put together tonight. Synchros. Extra deck. Silent Psychic Wizard. On summon. Any special summon. I target 4 lower psychic engrave or banish and summon it. Then I can increase this level by 1. I'm psychic locked into extra deck. And it's a non-tuner for synchro material if you want. I only need 1. 2 is kind of like not needed. So because it's whenever it's summoned, after you summon it, you banish it. You have ways of bringing it back, so you can cycle it. 1 magical android, classic. Why am I playing this? Level 5 psychic. Only real reason I was on Jam Drive and Jam Fever, but Jam Drive's too much points. Threw it in. Hyper Psychic Riser, level 6 psychic. Monsters with less attack than this card cannot attack, and neither player can activate the effects of face-up monsters on the field with more attack than this card. So, Floodgate, no points. Funny haha. Everybody's trying to summon big monsters, and this affects the player, so if my opponent makes like a Liger Dancer, I'm just like, yeah, cool. Anyways, yeah, you can't do that now. Serene Psychic Sorceress. This is the card I was referring to. On Synchro Summon, pay 1,000. Set a teleport, normal, or quick play spell from deck, grave, or banishment. And if it's this Synchro Summon card is sent to a grave, target the card the opponent controls. Or if I control a Psychic Fusion or Synchro, I can target 2 and return them to the hand. So this card's insane. Resetting, like Parallel Teleport Fusion. Gotta play it. Next, Mind Castling. Just once per turn, target face-up monster your opponent controls, switch control of that monster and this card. And if the Synchro Summon card is sent to the grave, target 1 monster on each field and switch control of those monsters. And that's hard ones on both effects. So, it's like, this card reads insane. Gotta play it. Why not? 1 Juju. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects, so I have monsters, 2 or more monsters in the grave with the same original typing attribute but different names. And then I can banish 2 monsters from my grave with the same typing attribute but different names and target a card in that field and send it to grave. So it can boggy block, and then it's also removal. Psychic Life Transfer, another classic. Banish the Psychic, gain 12. Just another boggy to synchro clan with. Crossmind Archfiend. During the main phase, I target one of my level 7 or lower banished psychics, summon it. During the battle phase, I contribute one other monster, gain life points equal to that monster's attack, and have this monster gain that much attack. Cleanses out games, extends, gotta play it, Thought Roller, and you're probably like, why? This card's ancient. This is one of the first synchros in the game, but it protects all of your psychics. So this card reads insane. I got a punk player, or no, it was a gold pride player flipped their trap, and they're like, target Thought Roller, and I'm like, pay 1,000, and he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, negate destroy, and then he's like, okay, and then I go to summon a new monster, and he's like, can I read Thought Roller again? And I'm like, yeah, and he's like, oh, this can protect everything, and I'm like, yeah, this card's insane. On top of the protection, if it runs over something in battle, you gain life points equal to whatever it runs over. So this card, ironically insane all this time later. Psychic Blaster Mark II. This just targets a banished monster and summons it. And then I can banish one monster from my grave, target another monster on the field and banish it, and then gain life points equal to that monster's attack. And you only get one effect returning only once that turn. So this card is another way you survive. And if you're playing advanced, you can target Omega and banish an additional card. So this card's funny. We can't play Omega because it's 100 points. Wonderation. This card's insane. Every time the opponent does something, I gain 3, and then I pay 15. Tribute this? Yeah, I tribute. And I Rageki or I Duster all their face-ups. And that's a hard one. So life steal, or life gain with removal. Also, it's 31, so it's hard to out. And finally, Pep. This is 20 points. I pay a log of life. I summon this. It's a towers. Start of the battle phase. I gain life. It gains attack equal to difference in our life. I pay 1,000. I target one monster I control, and one card the opponent controls, then remove them, banish them. You could play the OG Psychic Blaster, Hyper Psychic Blaster, but like it doesn't, it's a battle phase effect and that's it. And so it's not really worth it. For the Teleport Fusion, we're playing Ultimate Axon Kicker, Psychic Synchro plus a Synchro. Can't be destroyed by card effects. On Fusion Summon, pay 2k, banish all the opponent's face-up cards. And after the turn gets sent to the grave, I banish and summon a level 10 Psychic Fusion. And it's treated as a Fusion Summon. Ultimate Axon Kicker, classic. And it can only be summoned by Fusion Summon from the extra deck, can't be destroyed by card effects. Deals piercing, and when it destroys something in battle, I gain life points equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So another funny haha. You could play the Mutant Fusion, but it just doesn't feel appropriate for. It doesn't have the same vibe. And then finally the Axon Kicker Oracle. And gains attack for each Synchro Ixusing link used for its materials. It's a Psychic plus a Synchro Ixuser link until the end of the next turn. And then when the opponent would special summon, negate the summon, banish that monster. If this Fusion Summon card is sent to a grave, I can banish a quick play or normal teleport spell and summon it back. So hard to out. It starts on 29 body. This starts at 34. So just to like trump cards that I'm going to end the game, I'm going to use these, and if I don't, something's wrong. Sideboard. Cypher and Gear Alpha. Play 3. When the opponent summons and I control nothing, I summon this, a driver, and then I search a Cypher You're probably like, why? That's bad. One beta. When the declaring attack, I summon itself, driver, blow up the monster, and the battle phase. 3 delta. This is 21 points, 7 each. When the opponent activates the spell, I summon itself, driver, negate the activation, destroy. And you're probably like, why not play this in the main? The main is funny but effective sidekick cards, and then we can side this accordingly. And we could take out the funny cards and put the serious cards in. I was like, I have a Cypherm engine, Cypherm core, and I was like, why not just throw in this and do like something crazy? 3 multi-thrower. If a Cypherm card I control be destroyed, I discard it instead. It's also driver while in the hand or in my grave. And if I summon a Cypherm tuner, I can summon this, and it's banished when it leaves the field. So it protects, it extends, gives you more drivers, but you have to have it. So that's why I'm on 3 alpha, is to search the multi-thrower. 3 circuit. When I summon a Cypherm, I perform a synchro summon with that monster, or just the Cypherms. So this card enables me to potentially remove my monster so I can, do more Cypherm stuff. And I'm just realizing you throw a Cypherm's Lord to Zega in, and that's not worth anything to make a Synchro 7 on the opponent's turn. So yeah, 2 Demise of the Land, lasted 2 points remaining available. I believe these are 1 point apiece. And I looked at Megaverse, and that's 3. And so with my point totals, I got to 91, and so I threw the 3 up circuit and cut one of these. And when the opponent special summons, I activate a field spell from deck. So this will give me a circuit. Circuit allow me to remove my cards. Just a for fun build. Actually, you can adjust. Have a good one.